this is Shar. So, today's video, yung tatalakayin natin is yung I-131. So, we'll try as fast as I can. So, nung last video ko, yung I-765, napahaba. So, umabot ng 45 minutes. So, we'll see. So, focus tayo doon sa forms. And then, kapag meron pang time, then we will go to the checklist and everything. But yun na nga. So let's start first dito sa USCIS, yung website niya, uscis.gov. So before anything else, na gusto ko sanang humingi ng pasensya dito sa video ko, kasi hindi ako masyadong techie. And it's my first time na mag-vlog. So, ang gamit ko lang is yung GoPro. So, parang yung transition niya, inaano ko lang sa front and back camera. Kasi hindi pa ako marunong ng mga pop-up messaging or something na tulad sa ibang mga vlogger. But I try my best na maibigay sa inyo lahat ng information kung paano ko finil upan yung form, tsaka yung mga ganyan. Tapos, ayun na nga, pasensya na, medyo malabo. So, kailangan nyo talagang panoorin yung videos para makasunod doon sa mga step by step sa mga forms na fill upan. So, dito sa I-131, it's total 14 pages. Kasi dun sa I-765, 7 pages lang. So, medyo mabilis. Pero ang tagal ng video ko, umabot ng 40 minutes. Kasi nga, tinalakay namin lahat doon. Tinalakay ko lahat kung doon sa forms. Tapos, so parang wala akong iniwan. So, kung same case kayo, pwede nyong sundan kung paano ko finil upan yung form. So, once again, sorry in advance kung hindi masyado siyang techie. So, ayun lang, GoPro lang yung gamit ko. So, let's do this. So, ayun na nga, punta ka dun sa uscis.gov.ph. Tapos, sa search our site, type mo lang yung kahit 131 lang. Lalabas na yan. And, enter. Then, punta ka na dito sa travel document. So, meron na siyang mga alert dito. So, this is about Ukrainian. So, we don't need to read that. Tapos, use this form to apply for travel documents, parole documents, or arrival or departure records. So, re-entry. Hindi tayo sa re-entry. Re-entry. So, wala tayo dito. Hindi ko nababasahin para hindi na humaba yung ano natin. Yung video. Pero dito tayo papasok sa my arrival or departure records for parole in place. So, if you are an alien who is currently inside the United States and you are present without having been admitted, you may use this form to apply for parole in place based on urgent humanitarian reason or a significant public benefit, including requests for military parole in place in the FRTF process. So, wala tayo. So, dito tayo pupasok. So, reparole, hindi naman tayo reparole. So, ayan yung sa atin. So, the rest, hindi naman to. Kung same kayo ng case sa akin, okay? Tapos, ito yung forms and documents. So, forms, meron siyang forms and instructions. So, gaya nga ng sinabi ko, yung edition date niya is now January 20, 2025. You can find the edition date at the bottom of the page. Kaya nga ng lagi ng sinasabi ko doon sa forms na sa videos na sinasabi ko, kailangan same siya. And you need to complete and print this form to mail it. And make sure that the form edition date and page numbers are visible at the bottom of all pages. And that all pages are from the same from the edition, kasi we may reject your form kapag merong missing or form na different form edition. So, once again, reject kagad yung form. So, ayaw naman natin kasi filing fee, papunta tayo dyan. Then, where to file? Pwedeng by mail or online. So, filing your form, I-131 online. The first step is to create an online. So, hindi tayo, skip natin to kasi hindi naman tayo mag-o-online. Okay. And then, for aliens. So, wala tayo dito. There you go. And then, filing for my mail. Please check, and then blah blah blah. Kasi nga, isasama natin pwede tayong file online kapag nauna na yung pending tapos gusto mong mag-file ng I-131. Tapos, filing fee. Ayun na nga. So, fee schedule page kung gusto nyo malaman kung magkano, pero nakalagay you filed I-485 application to register with a fee on or after July 30 and before April 1. So your form is Y-485 is still pending. So basically, dito skip ko na lahat ng part na to. Ang ano lang sa atin dito, yung importante is yung since ako ngayon, mag-a-apply ako ngayong year 2025. Kung katulad mo, ikaw, sa akin na ngayon palang mag-a-apply na everything. So, kasama ko, i-apply concurrent filing ko yung 485, 765, 130, and 864. So, magbabayad ako na ng 630. Pero kung nakapending na yung 485 ko, tapos gusto kong mag-advance parole, so, kung kung pending yung I-485 ko, na ipasa ko siya ng before after July 30, 2007 and before April 1, 2024. So, it's free of charge. So, since ako wala namang ganon, so $630. So, kaya nga nung nakalagay dito yung special instructions, yung edition date na kailangan laging same editions, tapos yung laging may signs, otherwise reject kagad. Ay ayaw naman natin masayang yung $630, diba? Tapos, move on tayo sa special instructions. So, nandito yung special instructions which is G1145 kung gusto natin makatanggap ng receive ng email or text na na-receive na nila sa USCIS lockbox yung form natin. So, ayan yung akin. Alright, parehas lang yan ng form. So, pwede nyong mag-print kayo ng marami dun sa form nyo kasi hindi naman nagbabago yung nyan, e-notification. So, pilapan nyo lang to, complete this form sa ilalim. And only the top of the first page. So, lagi siyang sa tapat sa beginning ng form mo. So, ito na yung form ko. So, ang ano bang nakalagay na edition date dito? Ang sabi is January 20, January 20, 2025. So, yan nga yung sa akin. Edition is January 2025. Okay? So, now, let's proceed to the form. So, andito din yung instructions kung paano nyo siya. Okay, ganito yung itsura ng instructions. So, click nyo lang yan. Basahin nyo ng maigi. So, wala na tayo medyong dyan. Time. So, punta na kagad tayo dito sa forms and downloads. Then, punta tayo sa form. So, sa akin, June 30, 2027. So, dapat yung form ko is dapat nakalagay din is June 30, 2027. So, yan yung expiration dapat. Tapos, yung edition date, yung makikita sa ilalim. So, sa akin is all good. So, now, let's proceed first to this one. First page. So, ito, hindi tayo dito sa box na to for USCISE only. So, it says here, start here, type or print in black ink. So, nakabold na siya, type or print in black ink. Select the application, type below kung ano yung sa atin. So, sa akin, hindi siya under ng re-entry. Hindi rin ako under ng refugee or travel authorization. So, dito tayo papasok sa advance parole documents for aliens who are inside the United States and advance permission to travel for Commonwealth of blah blah blah, CNMI, long-term resident. So, dito tayo. Kasi nandito na tayo nasa loob na tayo ng United States. So, gusto natin ng advance parole para makalabas tayo at maka-re-enter tayo ng US. So, I am located inside the United States and I am applying for advance parole document to allow me to seek parole into the United States under INA Section 212D5A upon my return from abroad based on. So, i-click natin ito. Kasi, meron tayong pending form I-485, application to register or just receipt number if you are filing this form separately from your form I-485. So, kung nauna yung I-485 mo, tapos nag-decide ka na mag-apply nitong I-131, ilalagay mo dito yung receipt number. Pero kung hindi, so leave it blank. Since kasama natin yung I-485 sa pag-apply ng 131. Next, part 1. We don't need that. So, sorry naman. Medyo mahaba yung mabilis ako magsabi. Pero, I hope na makasunod kayo. So, wala tayo dito. Kasi, ano lang siya. Parang, ito na yung chinek natin. A. So, hindi ko na iisa-isahin kasi wala tayo dito. So, hindi rin tayo from initial parole. So, we will move on until so, wala din tayo dito sa initial request for aliens who are inside. Hindi tayo yan kasi ang sabi dito is for the military. Okay. So, next, we move on sa page 4. Wala din tayo dyan. Now, dito na tayo mag-move on. Information about you. So, your family name is, wait, parang, may kinaligtaan ba ako? So, hindi sa atin to. Yep, kasi military parole pala to. Okay, just making sure. Okay, move on na tayo kagad dito. Family name, last name. So, gamitin natin yung universal name na laging Doe and Jane. Okay, kung may middle name kayo, ilagay nyo din kung gusto nyo. So, sa akin, meron ako nyan lagi. So, once again, kung gagamitin nyo yung Adobe, so, automatic, doon siya pupunta sa may ma-fill out yung additional informations. Okay? Now, so once again, kung ang middle name mo, gusto mong gamitin yung apelyido mo nung pagkadalaga or your maiden name mo, pwede naman, lagay mo siya doon sa middle name. Sa akin, ginamit ko. So, this is only for example. For example, yan, Legaspi. So, lagay mo dyan, Legaspi. Okay? So, pwede mo nang gamitin yung last name ng asawa mo kahit magkaiba, kahit hindi pa doon nakalagay sa marriage certificate mo. So, pwede mong gamitin yung your husband's last name, pero dapat lahat ng forms ay, for example, Doe ang name ng spouse mo. So, dapat Doe lahat ng form mo. So, kailangan consistent ka doon. Okay? Alright, so, other names used. So, yung ang ginamit mo nung pagkadalaga ka. For example, Jane Perez Legaspi. Okay. So, magiging ganyan. Kasi ito yung other names mo nung pagkadalaga ka. Tapos, current mailing address or state. So, ito yung kung merong tatanggap ng mail mo, so ilalagay mo dito. Pero kung wala, kung nakikitira ka or nasa apartment ka, so kung may tatanggap ng mail mo, lagay mo yung name. Pero kung wala, leave it blank. Tapos, type mo lang yung address mo, street name and name. Tapos, ayan na, state. So, meron ditong arrow down. Then, hanapin mo lang yung state mo. Kung nakalagay sa Kentucky. Tapos, yung zip code. So, leave it blank, province, postal code. Pero, itong country, nagay mo siya is USA. Okay? Pero ito, you can leave it blank. Yung province, tsaka postal code. Kasi wala naman tayo niyan. So, post current physical address if different from the address above. So, nakalagay na dito if different. So, kung hindi naman siya magkaiba na, kung same lang siya, so you don't have to write from here. Oh, you don't have to write anything from here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, Newtown. This is just only example. Newtown. So you don't have to write it in caps lock, and then Smith's Drive. So something like that. Then Kentucky, then yung code niya 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, kunyari lang. So kung same lang, then punta. I-ano mo na dito. So na-caps lock ko siya, you don't have to do the caps lock. Then alien registration, kung meron kang alien registration, of course you have to write, since wala tayo, you don't have to. Country of birth, so Philippines. There you go. So kung caps lock ang gagawin nyo, caps lock lahat your capital letter. Pero kung hindi, so dapat consistent. Country of citizenship, same lang, Philippines, because I'm from the Philippines. Then female, we don't have this one, any date of birth, so follow this one, month, day, year. Then USCIS if we have. So since we don't have to. So class of admission or COA, so ang atin dito ay B2 visitor. So makikita natin yan sa ating I-94. So ilalagay natin ko. So dahil pumasok ako dito as B2 visitor. Oh, and then yung most recent form I-94 or arrival record. So dito mo siya makikita. So punta ka dito sa i94.cbp.dhs.gov. So yun yung website niya. Punta ka dito sa get most recent I-94. Fill out I acknowledge and agree. And fill out all of this form. Give a name kung ano yung nakalagay kung ang pinresent mo passport. Ayan. And then yung anong number ng passport mo, and then you will just continue everything. So ang itsura niyan is ganito. So magiging ganito yung itsura. Okay. So tago ko lang. So ganyan kapag pinrint mo siya, tapos doon sa may dito sa may most recent record number, so number 13, so ito yan siya. Okay, yan yung number na ilalagay mo. Tapos expiration date shown on form I-94. So ang expiration date, itong nakalagay na admit until date. So, COA yung sinabi ko kanina na class of admission, it says B2 or B. Pwede mong lagay B2 or B2 visitor. Tapos, e-medical, hindi sa atin yan. Dahil wala naman tayong e-medical or US parole. Okay, and then after that, information about them. If you are applying on behalf on someone else, so we will skip that kasi hindi naman tayo nag-a-apply on behalf on someone else. Then, biographic. So, fill upan mo lang to. So, not Hispanic. Hispanic or Latino. Hindi naman ako Hispanic or hindi rin ako Latino. So, we will put not Hispanic. And then, since American Indian, Black or African, so we are Asian. Then, lagay mo lang kung ano yung height mo. So, meron dyang arrow. Then, you put right there. This is, yeah, that's for example, weight, pounds, kung anong color. So, demographic. And then, ito, it's very, make sure, read all the instructions. Medyo mahaba to. So, hindi ko na siya iisahin. Pero, itong processing information na to is usually kung ikaw ay legal ba or wala kang ginagawang illegal dito sa United States. So, usually read everything. So, has a person who will receive the travel document, if approved, been any exclusion, deportation, removal, or rescission in proceedings? No. So, make sure you read the instructions very carefully. Okay. So, next is, have you ever been issued a re-entry permit? If you answered yes, then you will provide something here. So, hindi naman tayo first time natin to. So, no. Tapos, been issued advance parole document. So, no, kasi nga first time. Now, if you are requesting parole from outside the United States, so since not, then inside the skip to the part 8. Well, since we're not applying from outside, then we will not skip. So, we proceed and then we go to no. Alright? So, next, part 4. Item number 5. So, it's nothing here because if you answered yes, select one of the following boxes. So, we did not say yes there. So, we just said no. So, if you answered no, you can skip to item number 7. So, since we answered no, we skip and we move on from here, item number 7A. If you were applying for an advance parole document, skip to Part 7. You must complete the rest of Part 4 if you are requesting re-entry permit or refugee travel. Where do you want your re-entry permit or refugee travel document sent? So, wala tayo nito. Kasi hindi naman tayo. If you are applying advance parole document, skip Part 7. Saan na tayo? If you are applying an advance parole, you must complete the rest of Part 4 if you are requesting re-entry permit or refugee travel document. So, wala tayo nito. Kasi nakalagay dito, refugee or sent to another country, you will need to pick it up at the U.S. Embassy or U.S. Consulate or U.S. Field Office. So, wala tayo nyan. Skip. Skip din. So, wala tayo dito. If you are requesting the re-entry permit or refugee sent to the U.S. Embassy, no. Complete only if applying a re-entry permit, Part 1, item number 1. So, wala. Complete only if applying for refugee travel document. Nope also. So, we moved on. Complete only if applying for a refugee travel document, Part 1, item number 2 or 3. Nope, we are not applying for refugee travel document. So now, ito yung sinasabi ko nung kung nanood kayo nung doon sa mismong form ko, ay ng other videos ko regarding about sa I-131. Ito yung purpose of trip, etc. etc. So, part 7, dito na tayo papasok ng information about your purpose, proposed travel. Complete only if you are applying for an advance parole document, part 1, item number 5. So, ito yung part 1. Punta tayo dito sa part 1. Part 1. Ayan yung part 1, item number 5. Tanan. So, dito tayo. Diyan tayo kaya in-skip natin yun. Kaya dito tayo nag-proceed. Okay? Now, almost finished. So, purpose of date of intended departure. So, ayun na nga sa akin, dahil ang talagang purpose ko is yung employment base. So, ilalagay ko dito kung kailan ang gusto kong, kung kailan yung estimated kong departure. So, since ang kontrata ko magsa-start ng September 7, September 8 yung sakay ko, September 7 nasa Galveston ako. So, dapat ang alis ko is September 6. So, lalagay ko lang 09/06/2025. So, ayun na nga. And then, purpose of your trip. If you need extra space to complete this section, use the space provided in Part 13, additional information. So, I will share this to you. So, purpose of your trip, ito na yung sinabi ko. So, babasahin ko na lang. To return to the US after completing my cruise ship contract as my role. And then, so my role is a content manager. As a content manager with this cruise line, September 7, 2025 to March 8, 2026. So my role requires international travel, and without advance parole, I cannot re-enter. This role, along with advance parole, will allow me to fulfill both my employment obligation and family responsibility. Securing this job is critical as it provides essential financial support for my husband and me. So, meron pa akong hirit. No, hindi naman hirit. Pero meron akong additional information doon. So, tatandaan natin. So, part 7, kasi yun, hindi. Ang doon sa additional information, so ito, page 10. Then, you will write the part 7, and then this is the item number 2. So, punta tayo dito. Dito yan. So, like what I said, kung may Adobe ka, ito yung sinasabi niya, if you want to write more additional informations, dito ka pupunta. So, kung Adobe ang gamit mo, automatic na ito ay lalabas. Magiging Doe Jane Legaspi. Pero, ayun na nga. Since hindi Adobe to, so, hindi ko siya nilagay sa Adobe. So, hindi siya nag-o-automatic. Pero kung wala kayong Adobe, make sure you download. Meron ng mga free Adobe. Pero kung wala talaga, you can write it on the black ink. Black ink. So, yung make sure don't leave this out blank, okay? So, a number, leave it blank kasi wala naman tayo nun. So, yung kanina, page number is page 10. So, lalagay mo lang dito, page 10. Tapos, yung part number 7 na tinuro ko kanina. Tapos, kung ano yung gusto mong dagdagan. Kunyari, meron ka pang explanation dun sa purpose of trip. Gaya ng ginawa ko dito sa item sa page 14. So, medyo mahaba. Ayan na nga. So, nag-explain din ako dito na I am a seafarer. So, dinagdagan ko yung explanation ko sa purpose of trip na I am a seafarer with a valid C1D visa employed by this cruise line in Miami. So I was promoted from team leader to content manager and have an approved contract aboard the ship from September 7 to March 28 to 26. My role requires international travel and without advance parole, I cannot re-enter the US after my contract. So, nilagay ko din dito, continuation, my husband and I will be both aboard with Galveston, Texas as our home port and a limited itinerary in Mexico. If needed for my green card process, we can return with HR support. And this job is vital to our financial stability, and not obtaining advance parole would cause hardship. Please refer to the attached letter and documents. So, ayun na nga, nilagay, yun yung mga explanations ko dito. Kung hindi pa rin, kung kulang pa din, yung nandyan, so, additional ka, 10, 7, and 2. So, pwede yung ganyan. So, nilagay ko na lang dito, continuation. Tapos, sabi ka na lang kung ano yung mga explanation mo. So, ayan. And then, after that, move on tayo doon sa, saan na tayo naiwan? Sa page 10, so, purpose of trip. So, yung additional information list sa countries you intend to visit. So, Philippines, nilagay ko yung Philippines. Kasi nga, meron din akong humanitarian reason. And then, Mexico kasi yung ang international travel o yung barko pupunta ng Mexico. Lagay mo lang siya dyan. Philippines and Mexico. Then how many trips do you intend to use this document? More than one trip kasi marami ako. And then expected length of trip in days. So, ilalagay mo lang kung ilang days. In days. Okay? Make sure put it in days. So, binilang ko siya. Nisa-isa ko. So, nilagay total 204. Yung akin. Next, part 8. Kapit na. So, wala tayo dito. Complete only if you're applying initial parole document. In place, reparole. So, hindi sa atin yan. Part 9, employment for new period of free parole. So, wala tayo nito. Upon approval for new... And then, ito na nga. Dito na tayo pupunta sa 10. So, daytime telephone number. Nyari, 270-938-2222. Then, pwede mong ulitin kung yan yung number mo. Pwede mo ring ulitin dito sa kung meron. Or if not, you don't have to. I mean, yeah, kung isa lang. Either way. Tapos, email address. Then, date of signature. Kunyari, ngayon is April 21 or 22, 2025. So, month, day, and year. And don't forget to sign this one. So, you cannot do anything. You cannot write. So, make sure use the black ink and do your signature. Don't forget your signature. And then, this one, we will skip kasi wala naman tayong interpreters. Then, wala rin naman tayo dito contact informations ng preparer. So, wala rin tayo nyan. Hindi tayo So, pupunta na tayo dito. Ito na yung sinabi kong additional information kung meron. So, now, kung hindi pa, kunyari naubos mo to kasi nga yung sa akin, actually, naubos ko to lahat, napuno ko. Pakita ko sa inyo yung additional information ko. So, ayan. 'Di ba? Kasi, nilagay ko din dito yung purpose or travel ko, yung pang-humanitarian, 'di ba? Kung nanood kayo nung una kong video nung I-130, nung I-131, meron akong reason ng employment based reason, tsaka ng humanitarian reason. So, dalawa yung rason ko, so dalawa din yung nilagay ko dito. Tapos, doon sa sa item, nilagay ko na attach letter and documents kasama dito sa for further details nakalagay doon sa papeles ko. So, ayun na nga. Tapos, ginawa ko, nag-print lang ulit ako ng isa pa kasi nga ito hindi na umabot yung expected length of trip and days, 30 days para sa humanitarian to. Gotcha. Ayun na. Tapos, and then, ayun. Tapos na yung, wow, 32 minutes. Okay. So, ayun na yung pag-fill out ng form. So, I hope, guys, na medyo mabilis yung pagkakasabi ko. Pero sana naintindihan nyo. Iniskip ko kung paano yung pagkaka-fill out ko. Ganun din. Ewan ko kung ganun, kung parehas tayo ng case or ganun din yung sa inyo. Kunyari B2 visa kayo, tapos ganyan, first time yung mag-apply ng I-131, tapos kung current filing kayo ng I-485. So basically, it's the same. It doesn't matter kung hindi kayo seafarer or something, pero ang pag-fill out ng I-131 is ganun. So ganyan din yung akin. So, I mean, feel free if you have any questions, then comment below. Then, let's talk about it in the comment section kung anong, then we can do the joint forces because like what I said in my previous video, hindi po ako lawyer, so I'm just here to help you out guys while my papers are still here. So, at least we can check and everything. So, for this video, it's also helping me. This is maybe 5,000 or 1,000 times checking na ng mga forms ko. So, mas maganda I'm checking and then at the same time nakakatulong din ako sa inyo. So, ayun lang. Then, siguro tatalakayin na lang natin yung mga sa susunod na video, yung mga special instructions kasi ito yung nasa na ba? Ito lahat. Kung paano nyo fill upan, andito siya lahat. Lahat ng sinabi ko. So, actually, binasa ko to lahat. So, kaya yung iniskip natin yung mga ibang form kasi hindi naman tayo doon kasama. So, nakalagay na dito. So, si USCIS, andyan na lahat yung instructions niya. So, yun nga, kung gusto nyo ng ano pa, i-run through or check everything, go ahead to double check. So, at least, kung meron akong nakaligtaan, just comment below. Diba? Tapos, yung, wala naman dito nakalagay yung checklist, pero yung checklist niya, basically, is yung, ano mo lang, tawag dito, sa halos the same lang, nakalagay na dun sa special instructions kung ano yung kailangan na mga general requirements. Pero yun nga, yung sa akin is general evidence, kasi nga medyo mahaba to, pero sa C9, to make the long story short is, eto, nahanap ko siya. No, not that. That's the... Okay, eto na. Yung required evidence, so nahanap ko na siya, nasa page 23 ng special instructions. So, all applications must include a copy of an official photo identity document showing your photo, name, and date of birth. Example, your current employment authorization, if available, valid issued driver's license, passport identity page, permanent resident card. Note, Form I-94, arrival record is not acceptable as photo. So, pwede nyo ilagay yung passport nyo. So, gaya nga ng ano ko, cover letter ko, kung napanood nyo yung video ko ng kung ano yung cover letter ko sa advance parole. So, ito na nga yun. So, passport bio page. So, nilagay ko din yung US visa page. And then, after that, yung arrival, yung I-94. So, ang sabi dito, naka-note siya na ang Form I-94 arrival or departure record is not acceptable as photo identity document. Then, nakalagay na dito yung required evidence. So, you must file your application with all required evidence. Not submitting a required evidence will delay the issuance of the document you are requesting. USCIS may request additional information or evidence, may request that you appear at the USCIS office or for biometric submission or an interview. So, meron tong biometric services requirement. So, magsasend sila ng email, tapos bibigyan kanila ng biometric service. Tapos, ayun na nga, nung nag-apply actually ako nung binigyan din ako ng biometric service. So, biometrics is sa fingerprints. So, andito na lahat siya. Tapos, ayun na nga. Alam ko may, if it's within one of the three. So, dito, if USCIS has deferred action in your case under DACA, you must, so, and then in addition, you must complete part 7 of the application indicating how you intend travel fits within one of the three purposes below. For items A to C, you must also provide evidence of your reason for travel outside of the United States, including the dates of travel, and then blah blah blah. So, it's either educational purposes, employment purposes, or humanitarian purposes. So, ayun na nga. That's all for now. So, dun tayo pumasok dun sa part 7. So, ikaw na bahala kung ano yung purpose mo sa ilalagay mo doon sa form. Pero at least nabigyan ko kayo ng kung ano yung nilagay kong explanation. So, ayun lang. Hope it helps. So, thank you for watching. Until next time. Bye!